said that you sent me an audio version of the Supreme Court. I mean, of the trial.
Of the pre-trial conference, not of the trial.
You sent. I've never been to a pre-trial conference. Oh, wait a minute. You sent me the one for when me and Elaine drove from over there to Idaho. What was that date on? The 7th? April, May?
I don't know.
June of 2014, correct?
I just have your appeal file here in front of me. I don't have the underlying file, so I can't confirm.
Well, what did you just say that you sent me a copy of then, of the audio?
Yeah, the pre-trial conference.
Nuh-uh. That's not what, no. What date was that? What date was that on?
September 25th, 2014.
Mr. Kimball, I haven't received no audio of any of my hearings in regards to entering the Industrial Commission's building on April 4th of 2014. Other than this brief, other than this transcript of the trial that I had in 2014, and this is supposed to be a copy of the transcript because I told you that there were some documents that were left out of the one that you sent me of my witness that was at my trial. So I haven't opened up this one yet still. So I don't know I already know it doesn't match the one that you sent to me because it's thinner. So whatever is in this transcript of the trial that's in this envelope is definitely not the same transcript that you mailed to me and I received after September 25th of 2014. So where are we at on that? So can you send me another copy of that then, please?
Another of what? Of the thing you haven't opened?
No. A CD.
No, I've sent it a couple times before, Mr. Clark.
Mr. Kimball, I'm receiving everything else you got, and trust me, if I had a copy of the CD of my trial, or pre-trial, or pre-hearing, or pre-trial, it don't matter, Mr. Kimball, because you have refused to send me anything in regards to my trespassing, my right to enter the Industrial Commission, that you did not represent me in my best interest, that, I was found guilty of, to try to agree my government of their wrongs. So what court did you file this in? What court is this filed in? Huh?
It's in the 4th District Court of the state of Idaho.
The 4th District Court. Okay. Would that be in relation to labor law? Because you see, this is a labor contract. This is about labor, industrial. My work. I have a right to go there. Is that where my hearing is at? I mean, my appeal? And this is, Mr. Kimball, this is my appeal on the trespassing on the Industrial Commission's property, right? You have them fix their wrongs? Mr. Kimball?
Yes, that's correct. This is an appeal on the trespassing case.
On what? To where?
To the district court.
From what? No, Mr. Kimball. You see, you're not wanting to answer my questions, man. Is this court, where is this, what is this court, what is this, because I want to know, what is this appeal on?
On the trespassing case.
Where to?
To the district court.
No, where was my trespassing on? What did I trespass on to break the law, Mr. Kimball?
Oh, got it. Now I understand your question.
What? Well, what the hell do you think you're, what do you think you're, why are you my attorney then?
Mr. Clark, the reason I'm not understanding is because it's kind of a funny question for you to ask me. I think you know the answer, and...
No, I don't know on the trespassing of where?
The Industrial Commission.
Very good. In Boise, right?
It's in Boise.
At 700 Clearwater Lane.
That's what the testimony supported.
So I'm being denied and was given 10 days to go before the Industrial Commission to have them fix their wrong based upon the Supreme Court opinion. And you, my attorney, that is now my appellate attorney, I'm not comprehending why. Oh, because it was reassigned to you. But you see, Mr. Kimball, I had a right, and I still have a right. And I can't trust, but I have to accept what you have filed on my behalf because I'm in another state. For this instance right here on this transcript of the proceedings, it's totally different. That is different than the one that you have in this envelope that I haven't opened yet, because they left out statements of my witness.
It's tough to know that if you haven't opened the envelope to look at it.
Well, did you change anything in regards to the one that I hadn't opened? Like where it states that because this is what you wrote, correct?
No, I did not write the transcript.
Oh, wait a minute, no, but you wrote the other thing.
The brief?
Right.
That's true, I did.
Okay, you wrote the brief that I haven't received yet.
Well, it hasn't returned to me, so it was sent to 3515 Harney in Vancouver, Washington. Is that still where you're at?
I've lived here since
So that means that's still where you're at?
every day.
Okay, yep, I sent that out to you on December 8th.
And it's the brief.
It's the brief, yep.
And in that brief, now how come I can't read what's been filed online?
Idaho doesn't do that.
Oh, is that where the transparency comes in, where they don't like for people to see how they're taking advantage of people and lying? Is that what they mean by the transparency? Idaho has really got an ebb in transparency on allowing people to know what they're doing in their local governments. Is that what it is? I mean, you're my attorney. We can talk about this. You're not supposed to be helping them. So I'm just kind of asking you, because you're my attorney. Is this what they mean by transparency?
The state of Idaho conspiring to keep people from seeing what's going on in the courts? I don't think so.
Oh, really? Well, and the Industrial Commission is what? Well, if you take that video that Mr. Roger Brody put out there, why don't you change it around the whatever you're doing over there again? Well, Mr. Kimball, so okay, in regards to my the brief that you mailed, okay, I received it. I also received a copy of the transcript, 2 of them. One I haven't opened yet. And because you do state in your brief that you supposedly filed on my behalf, because you sent it to me and said you sent me a copy of the brief that you told me to look at. That's not due until the 11th. Till the 8th. Okay, Mr. Kimball, you sent me a copy of a draft of your brief because you're right. I've got on audio that I've asked you to contact me. Let me read what you write before you post it. But, I didn't mean for you to send it and then for me to receive it on the same day that it's due. Because where's that at? Where's my right to review that? Because obviously I didn't receive it until the 8th when it was due. So you see, Mr. Kimball, I know what you're doing also. I got smart and went and bought a smartphone. Boy, what a smartphone could put out there when all you do is you ask it. You know how they have those little speaker bar where you can speak into and then it brings up whatever, smartphones do. Mr. Kimball, a lot of things aren't looking right. And I'm going to be heard. And where did you file my appeal to? Mr. Kimball?
Is this a different question than the one you've already asked?
Well, come on, Mr. Kimball. You're sitting there listening to me and audio and whatever you're doing or modifying my wordings in a tape some kind. But no, I'm asking you, Mr. Kimball. No, it is different, okay? It is different from the one that I asked you before. If you listen to me instead of doing whatever you're doing over there, arrested.
Well, you were taken into custody after...
I was taken into custody and given 10 days in jail after the trial, not before.
Right.
But that's not how that's worded. That is a photo put out there that I was arrested for trespassing. You have arresting, and then you have court. It should have said then that he was taken into custody after trial for trespassing. I was never, that's the way it's worded, Mr. Kimball, is this is his arrest record. This is his mugshot for his arrest of trespassing.
Okay. I'm unaware of that.
Okay? It's out there on entrust because again I wasn't supposed to make it this far. But then again, back to my question, Mr. Kimball, what court is my appeal being sent to? In regard to the Idaho Industrial Commission's trespassing of April 4th.
Judicial District.
Not in the United States District?
Not in the United States Court.
And that's because you filed an appeal in regards to the district courts. Because that is what this was? Hello?
What do you mean that is what this was?
What court was I found guilty in?
The Magistrate Division of the 4th Judicial District.
Okay, then how come you're not filing my appeal to the 9th Circuit Court of Appeal then?
Well, because there's no route for me to file it there.
No, but there is in Seattle.
I don't know about a route in Seattle.
In order to file an appeal...
The reason I'm not filing it there is that would be inappropriate.
Why? Because it is about my wage. Is it about my right being violated?
Because it is an appeal from the Magistrate Division that's governed by rule and by law.
By state laws. By state laws. By state laws.
Yep.
Not by federal laws. Because it's my federal rights that's been violated.
Right, but that's not the subject of this case.
Well, sure it is. Because it was why was I on the Industrial Commission? It was why was I on the Industrial Commission property, Mr. Kimball? It was because of my... It was because of my injury.
You could give them a document to change a posting.
Okay. Then why did you not put that in your brief?
Because that is not relevant to the charge. It was in the brief, and some...
Well, okay, yes, you're very well. Yeah, that's right, it was in the brief. How come you didn't bring that up at my trial then, Mr. Kimball? See, Mr. Kimball?
Bring up... Because that is not something the judge allowed us to bring up.
Well, that's because you should have. Because you didn't bring up anything. The only evidence that was even given there, Mr. Kimball. Hey, well, did you put in the briefs that they straight out lied? And it wasn't the...
I brought up your concern that Ms. Fox was not telling the truth.
Right. And she was not the one that had the right to trespass me, because as you even state in your brief, and the way that you state in your brief is that Miss Maggie Montgomery is the only one that can actually trespass me. But under her testimony, and then you keep writing, but then at the end of your little statement there, but she wasn't... That statement wasn't used. Well, that's because she was never called before a witness, Mr. Kimball. Miss Mindy Montgomery, the only person that could have done it, was not at the hearing.
This is before witnesses. She was called before the jury. But what I said is...
No. She was called before what jury? No, what jury? Mindy Montgomery was never at that trial. Mindy Montgomery was not at my trial, Mr. Kimball. I seen how you worded that in your brief. You have a good day. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. What do I do, man? Justice. There be justice.
This is the letter that I had went to the Idaho State Industrial Commission on April 14th of 2008. April 4th. Of 2014 to show to the Industrial Commission that what they have posted in their findings of facts and conclusions of law is not held by substantial evidence. What this is a letter from the law firm that represented me. Now, what it was is I went to see a Dr. Holt on behalf of the Idaho State Insurance Fund on October 10th of 2008. And after going there, I had found out that the Idaho State Insurance Fund had received my private health records without my authorization. Matter of fact, between August 15th of 2008 and, of course, October 10th of 2008, they were stating that they couldn't get my private health records without me signing some HIPAA medical releases. But in fact, they'd already received them. And in their findings of facts and conclusions of law, they also state that I had fired this attorney from this law firm, which Lynn Luker was vice president of, who was assigned to my case in 2010. Now, what this is in their findings of facts and conclusions of law, they stated that I fired this attorney, Roger Brown, because I didn't like the way that he was handling my case. So I fired him and went pro se. Roger Brown is this gentleman right here. And what this is a letter from Mr. Gugicio, however you pronounce his name, Jerry, his first name, for this law firm. But it says, "Dear Mr. Clark, thank you for considering our law firm regarding your workers' compensation claim. Unfortunately, I regret to inform you that our office is unable to represent you in this matter. As Paula mentioned to you this morning via telephone, my associate, Roger Brown, will be leaving our firm. As such, I will be taking over a portion of his current caseload and will not have time necessary to dedicate to your case. You may wish to contact the Idaho State Bar Referral Service at 525 West Jefferson, Boise Boulevard. Thank you for contacting the law office, and I wish you the best of luck in pursuing your claim. Finally, I have enclosed all of the original documents that you provided to our office." Thank you. And here it is. So, you see, there's some things that needed to be done that are posted that are lies, that are for public view, which this is one of those documents. This is the document that Lane and I took to have them, one, a mini. And this is why I received my trespassing on the Industrial Commission's property, to have them fix this statement. Where is their justice?